shown it, but in the Sunday class, I was doing this, but I will re-revise it if you actually have any doubt. Okay. So what exactly happened in the Python? We will write the comment in these two methods. Okay. What are the first method? Like I just wanted to declare a variable for future processing. Okay. Processing like my weight is 85 kg. So I declared a variable called weight in which I am saving this 85 value. Okay. So what exactly I am trying to do it? I wrote it one line comment. So comment need to be written by the hash symbol. Okay. This is the first learning for you. Comment need to be written with the hash symbol. I just ran it and I declared the variable where I was storing the 85 value in the weight variable. Okay. Second thing, how do you write the multi-line comment? You can write it multi-line comment by the triple quotes. Okay. When I will write anything between these triple quotes, it is called the multi-line comment. Like I will write it. This is my first Python code in which I will write to display the table of number 2. Okay. So this is actually, I wrote it in a one line, but I can just write it in the 2 line. So if even if you write it where input would be none, okay, and output also, this is actually just a way of formatting. Output would be none actually. I am not returning anything. I am not actually getting any input from the user. So this is just actually my multi-line comment. I wrote it in the triple quotes. Triple quotes can be written by the single quotes also. What I meant it. This is a one example. Another example, you can do it with the single 3 quotes. Both are actually the fine. You can use it whatever comment in the multi-line you are writing it. Both are actually perfectly fine for you. Any confusion in this? Please ask me anything if you actually get any confusion in this. What actually I am explaining it from the starting. You can write the comment in a single line. You can write a comment in the multiple lines. Okay, these are the two methods. Abdul is raising the hand. Please let me know, Abdul.
Yeah, in the code, you know, where you wrote, this is my first Python code. Before that, the commas, like obviously, is there a reason why it only has to be 3 sets? You know, like you got dash 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 3 times. Does it always have to be 3 times?
Always have to be 3 times.
Okay, why is that?
That is actually the syntax. Someone actually developed the language. They made it this way, right?
Okay.
He has built his compiler in such a way, it will process, if there is a 3 double quotes, it will process that actually line actually as a comment.
Okay.
The language was developed like that. So that is the reason. Okay.
Right, I see. And then now you've done this like 3 single lines, number 3. What's the reason behind that then?
In the Python, I already told you, in the Python, strings can be written with the single quote also. Strings can be defined with single quotes or double quotes. So it's the same thing. You are doing it 3 double quotes, you're doing it 3 single quotes. Everything is same.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So
what's the main difference then? Why is it the single and double quotes? Well, why do we have to do that?
it's up to your choices. Language actually have given you both the choices. You can use any practical choices while doing it, the defining the codes.
Right, okay.
It's a practical choice. You can, some people actually feel like, I will just tell you, when I am writing the example, like I will be declaring it, my question. Okay. I am saying it, what's your name? Okay.
Okay.
You can just see, it's my choice. I just actually use the double quotes. There is no restrictions. You would have used the single quotes.
Right,
This
okay.
is just a language. Okay.
Right.
But what the problem is, when I'm using the single quotes, your Python interpreter understand it, your question ends over here because single quotes end over here. So what was actually the second funda? That I will just come to you and tell you the solutions. Okay. In the second line, I am revising it one by one. The very first thing was actually about the commenting. Okay. Wait a minute. 1 minute. This is cut paste. This is what actually I was reminding it. I was reminding it about the commenting right now. Single line or multiple line comments. Okay. This is what actually I am teaching it right now. This you can call it into the markdown. Okay. This is what you are learning it right now. Commenting would be 2M. Okay. Now second thing right now, I'm going to do it after this. What was the second thing? Second thing is this. What exactly happened? How to declare a variable in the language. Okay. Declare a variable in the language. So what kind of variable are there? I will just tell you. This is just actually the definitions which I wrote it. I am just gonna redeclare it over here. Suppose you want to declare a integer variable. Okay. So integer variable is your income is 10,000. Okay. This is an integer variable right now. Anything problem here? Now declaring a, you can say declaring the price of you can say butter. Okay. Price equal to, you can say $2.56. Okay. In that way. So this is actually, you are declaring a
Right. Yeah.
float, or you can say double, or you can call it decimal values.
Okay.
Okay. This is just a way of declaring with the decimal value.
What
Now,
does
third,
sorry?
pardon?
What does float mean?
Okay. In the general life, what exactly happened? You are writing it. Sometimes price items are in the 2.546, right? These are called the decimal values. In the programming languages, the values are saved into the computer. Okay. In the computer, there is no decimal values. But in the computer, all the numbers are saved. That is actually the next topic which you are asking me, but actually, okay. Number system. Okay. This is what actually is a today's topic, but I was number systems. Okay. What exactly happened in computer science, actually, the numbers are not saved directly into the computer. Okay. Like in our day-to-day life, you will be using a decimal system. Okay. Decimal system. What is actually decimal system? Do you know that? Decimal system
Right.
actually asks us to use it the numbers into the 0 to 10 actually. Okay. Means digit would be used to 0 to 9 only. Okay. Only these many digits will be used to generate any number, like any big number, like I am just generating this number. Okay. And many minimum number would be my negative number. That is very minimum value. Okay. This way, in the day-to-day life, we will be using this number, but these numbers cannot be directly saved into the computer. So in the computer works with the different kinds of number system. This we used to call it decimal system. This is actually the way works actually binary system, binary number system. Okay. So what is actually the binary? Binary value will be represented by the only two values. This is actually used 0 to 9. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just wait a minute. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these numbers will be used. Okay. There are total number of 10 values. That's the reason they will calling it total 10 digits. Okay. Will be used to display any number or actually doing that.
Yeah.
In the decimal, there are only two digits are used. Okay. What are the two digits? This is called 0 or 1. Any number can be generated with this 0 or 1, like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, something like that. Okay. So these numbers can be represented actually as a, you can say value. Like I will just tell you, like I will tell you in the sense.
Okay.
Just 1 minute. These are just actually the markdown, and this would be the multiple definitions. Okay. You cannot be running it actually as a code. It is just like a definitions. Okay. For
Yeah.
me.
Before you write any code at the start, you always put that the dash, the sign, that the one that's before the declaring bit. You always put that at the start.
Yeah. Okay. I will do that. No issue. Okay. So this is actually the number system. So you remember in the binary, like if I am declaring a number, okay. In the Python, how do I declare it? I think so. I will not remember in that way, but a general, suppose you actually have a number actually as 6 in the decimal system. So what
Yeah.
would be the binary for this? Okay. What would be the binary for this in the Python? I can directly print it. I think so. Just give me 1 minute. As I remember correctly, I could be printing that way. Binary of the number. Just 1 minute. Just checking this if this works. Yeah, it works. So what exactly happened? In the Python, any decimal numbers can be converted into the three number system. What are the number system I told you? I just told you right now only decimal number system, and I told you binary number system, right? There are multiple number system. There are multiple number system. I just told you two only. So this is actually the third one, and this is actually the fourth one. This is called the octal number system. Octal is what is actually octal? Octal actually has a 8 digit, and this is actually hexadecimal. Okay, hexadecimal, which is actually having the 16 digit, total number of 16 digits. Okay, what is the octal allowed? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 7. Okay, total 8 digit, and here a total number of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, after that 10 is represented actually as A is nothing but actually 10, B is nothing but actually 11, C is nothing but 12, D is nothing but 13, E is nothing but 14,
Okay.
and F is nothing but 15. Okay, only these numbers are actually there in the language. Okay, so wait a minute, this is another number system, this is another number system. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so these are the just number systems. So how we will represent it? I save the number 6. I am printing this actually as a binary value of number. What is the number? Your number is right now, this was your number. Okay, what was your number? 6. Okay,
6, yeah.
So is actually this value. So you can just see right now, binary value of 6 is 110. Okay, you can type it B also in the front. So to show it, it's a binary value. Okay, so this is actually the same way we can represent it. I think so. I'm just looking at it if I can represent it. Octal and hexadecimal. Okay, hexadecimal value. So it should be O and it should be H, HX actually. We used to write it hexadecimal with the 0x actually. I'm just looking at it if I'm able to represent it. I am not sure, but checking this. Okay.
Right. Can you explain to me about the binary value of number 6? Why is it B110, please, Sanjay?
Okay. Yeah,
I
that
don't
I can
understand.
I can tell you, but this is beyond my language thing. But actually, I can tell you one example. I can show you any number. You can tell me any small number, not 6, little bit bigger. Like you can just say 32. Okay, my number is 32. How I will get the binary of 32? So what exactly happened? You know how many digits are there in the binary? 2 digits, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we will actually keep on dividing 2 with the 32. Okay. So how many times it will be divided? So 2, you can say 2, 6. You can just directly tell it directly like this: 30. You divided, multiply by 16. You will get it by default 0 actually as a remainder, right? What you get it? You get 0 actually as a remainder when you divide 32 out of 16 times, right? What I am writing, it just telling you. Just wait a minute. This is actually the you can say divisor. Okay, and this is called dividend, and this is called quotient, and this is called remainder. Okay, when you divide the any value division, what exactly happened? You will say 2 16s are 32. So what exactly happened? Remainder became 0, right? So I wrote its quotient here 16, and this is the remainder. Next time, what exactly happened? You actually have to divide it 16 because your quotient was left was 16. So again, you actually have to divide that 16 to 2. So this quotient, you will get it. Wait a minute. Can I just do it in the terminal? It would be easy for me to type. Wait a minute.
Okay.
It would be easy actually the typing way. Okay, so you can just see printing. Yes, so this would be again 16 value. Okay, I want to divide it 16 here, so it would be, you will get it 8, remainder again 0, right? Now Now again, you are going to divide the 8 value. Quotient was 8. You actually have to divide it. And
4.
you will keep on dividing until you became quotient became 0 or 1. Okay.
Okay.
So you will actually again got the 0. Now again, you are going to divide the this 4. You will get it quotient value to
2.
0, right?
Yeah.
Again 0. Again going to 2, you will be actually dividing it. You are getting it quotient value actually as
1.
1. Okay. So I
Right.
told you, you actually keep on dividing until you get it here quotient either 0 or 1
0.
or
Okay.
1. So
Or 1.
you are getting it 1. So what exactly happened? This 1 would be by default when you try to divide 1 by the 2, what exactly happen? You will get it 0 quotient, okay? And you will get it 1 actually as a remainder because 1 cannot be divisible, okay? 1 actually becomes a remainder. So when you actually get this way of division, you got this value, remainders. You actually always have to concentrate about the remainder, what you got it, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So you got it the value, actually, if I will write the value actually as 0, 0, 0, 0, 5 zeros and 1, right?
Yeah.
So when you got the result like this, you always try to remember how you will compute the binary. You will be always going from the bottom to top. So what is my binary of the 32 is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is my binary of number 32. This is the binary value. Okay. 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is actually the binary. The same way, I will show you one more for your understanding as you are
Right.
saying it.
I'm getting you.
Okay. No, it is, I will be just going for 6. Actually, you were asking for 6. So this
Yeah.
is my 6 value. And you will be getting the quotient 3.
Right.
And remainder actually as 0. Okay. And you are going for 3. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Get 2.
quotient was 1. Remainder was 1. Okay. And you are getting it directly 1 value here. Quotient value was 0. And by default 1, 1. So you will read it from bottom to top. 1, 1, 0 is actually your binary. 1, 1,
Okay.
0 is your binary of 6.
Sorry, that is right. Obviously, the where you wrote the 3 and the quotient is 1.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, Obviously, what you're doing is you got your divisor, you got your divided, so you're
Hmm.
dividing the 6 by 2 to give you quotient of 3.
3.
That's another way
Yes.
to look at it.
Yes. Again, you have
Then,
whatever is a quotient, you actually have to make the quotient till quotient became 1 or 0. So 1 is there. So what exactly happened? People will not write this line. People by default put the quotient was actually whenever 1 is left, they will by default put it over here. Whatever is a quotient, they will put it over here. The 1
okay,
quotient directly here. So this is 1, 1, 0. So here people do not actually used to write it directly here. This
yeah,
line, people directly write it 1 here because that
yeah,
is a leftover quotient. That is actually just actually as a remainder because you
right,
cannot
right,
divide it further divide.
okay. Sorry, Sanjay. Yeah, so where the divided is number 3 and you're dividing that by 2. Obviously, 3 by 2 you can't do, but then you'll just put your quotient as 1 always there.
Yes.
If you can't divide that, you would always put 1. Is that correct?
You cannot like what exactly happened. If you are actually asking me simple mathematic question, 3 divided by 2. So what exactly happened? You will write it 2 ones are 2 and you will get the remainder actually as 1 here.
Oh, right, okay. I get you.
You multiply by 1. That's what actually I was writing it. 2 multiply by 2, remainder would be left 1 only.
Right, right, okay. Your
That is
quotient is basically your
number
uh
of times you are able to actually multiply the 2. 2 multiply by 3 is actually 6.
yeah,
2
yeah, yeah.
multiply 1, 1 is equal to 2 only. So what is remainder is left? 3 minus 2 is 1 only. So that's what actually wrote it here. 1 value.
Okay, okay,
Okay. This is
okay.
actually journal, I will say the very first year of the any engineering or any computer science graduate, they will learn it called the number system. Okay. Just
Okay.
give me 1 minute only. Python print statement hexadecimal. Okay. There is no directly print statement with the hex. So they were calling it call the hex function. Okay. So if they were just needed this, they were just saying it call the hex function on this. Let me just see.
Just another thing, Sanjay, as well. Like, when we've had the first class last week on the Saturday, it was obviously I didn't attend the Sunday one. The Saturdays one was just a general overview, right?
Hmm.
So, I was just like worrying, stressing, like, I've been trying to make notes and everything, going back, listening to the slide from the start, and it's all like, feel like it's just all flown through above my head.
The problem is like, if I will try to go through these slides, you are not learning anything. It's just likely finishing the full chapter in a one slide. They are not doing anything here. I
Right,
need to
okay.
switch to the book. If I will not switch to the book, you will really not learn it. They finish the first chapter of the variable and the operation just done. There are variable, there was muddy rules, which I try to
Okay,
communicate. That's the reason I took it to the book to you guys. Okay,
okay.
if you think like I felt it always whenever actually I will tell you, slide is very less content to learn. Always go through the multiple of you can say books content, because they will give you the more examples. So let me revise it, then we will go through it. Okay, so you
Okay.
understand it, what exactly I was trying to tell you. These are the number system. In the number
Yeah.
system, we can represent it by the print way. So when I was actually on that day, I was trying to tell you, there was before this, I wanted to tell you something. In the Python actually has multiple kinds of multiple kinds of printing statement for string. Okay, what are the multiple kinds? Earlier we used to actually work with the version call, what you call it, I am just writing it actually as a multi comment right now. Okay, the very first one we were used to use it, the Python 2, which you are not learning it right now, but that was actually I showed you right now. It doesn't require the bracket to write. Okay, Python 2 was not actually, the language was not actually asking any bracket in the print statement. It was just like that, like my name is like XYZ. Okay, and suppose you wanted to write your name actually here. Suppose your name was something, I will just write it here, percentage, and my name was declared actually as first time here ABCDEF. Okay, I declared my name actually as a, your name is a variable in which you are storing your name actually as a ABCD. Muhammad, please ask me, you are actually raising your hand. Tell me what exactly is the question. Mohammed, you are raising your hand. Please let me know what is your question. Mohammed, you missed the first and second class. No issue. I am just revising all the content. The very first class of the Python. I will share you the notes how you actually you have to go through the starting of the Python and what are the details you needed it. Okay, don't worry. I will just send it. So I am just revising it. Please go through it. Okay. The very first thing I told you how to declare a comment. Okay. Now second thing is actually when we were declaring a variable. Okay, this is the way integer variable was declared. This is the way decimal or float variable was declared. Just give me 1 minute. Yes, done. Cancel it. Done. Type answer. No, answered live. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so you can just see if I wanted to actually express any string variable like name. Suppose someone wants to declare the name, and I will just say my name is ABCDEF. Okay, I just wrote this name. You can declare the name just like this, or you can declare your, what you call it, wait a minute, father name. Okay, F name, I just write it, that is the father name. I just say you can declare it with the double quotes also, with the single quotes also, like XYZ. Okay, these are single quotes. So this is the way you can declare a string with double quotes or single quotes. Okay, these are the one example. Suppose you wanted to write your summary, which is actually the multi-line liquid statement. So this was actually right now I am writing it what exactly I am writing it, writing a declaring a, paragraph, or declaring a you can say variable which store multi-line statements. Okay, so how you will actually able to store it multi-line statement like this? I told you single line will can go for the multi-line. Okay, like this is my first code. Okay, coded in Python. Python is a very okay. Like you can see after this, if I wanted to go for next line, I can do it, but my Python will generate the error. I will just show you. Python is very simple language. Okay. Simple language. Okay. Okay. I wrote it in the single quotes only, but as soon as my line ends, Python is not continuing the same line. It is generating the error here. You can just see this. If I am running it exactly from here, this is declaration was correct, declaration was correct, declaration was correct. Here you will get the error. It is saying it unterminated string literal. Means the string started from here, but it was not terminated here. Terminated means this, it is expecting this character. We are not doing it. But I am terminating on the second line. How does Python interpreter know how that my line is continuing? So for that, we need to learn one character, which is known as actually, what is this character called? This is called escape sequence character. Okay. What is the escape sequence character called? This character slash. So if you put it over here, the single slash, it will tell Python interpreter my line is continuing. So right now this error is gone. Okay. Even you can type it. This is a very simple language. Anyone can learn Python in 2 days. Okay. Like this is actually what I wrote it. Again, this is actually again the next line. What exactly you have to do it? You need to put the escape sequence here. Then still it's valid. Okay. You can just see, check. Okay. There is no error generation. So what exactly this happened? This is called the escape sequence character is used where for multi-line string declaration or you can say single quotes equations. Okay. Single for quote strings. I will just show you where exactly it meant. Like you can just see third example. I am just doing it. This is actually the very first one. Okay. This is done. This is fine. Another one, actually, this was second one. This is fine. This is a third one. Okay. This is, wait a minute. After this, please. Yeah. Like I was generating a question. What was my question? My question was, what's your name? Right? You can just see if I will write this actually, what's your name in the single quotes, it will generate the error. Why it is actually error? Think about it. Anyone tell me the error issue? Can anyone tell me what is the actually error here? Please do not type in the question and answer. Please speak. Please speak. Who actually wanted to tell me what is the error here?
This is because of the comma between what and s.
Yes, this is because of that. And the reason how actually Python is actually understanding it, your string starts from here and ending here. So what it actually has to do it actually have to tell this is actually the ending skin. This is just actually is a part of the string. How do you do that? You will use the escape sequence again here. Okay. So if you use this, you are able to perfectly doing in that case. Okay. So this is actually the way of doing it, multiple string declarations. Mohammed, tell me, you are actually asking Mohammed Bilal. Please, in place of actually raising the hand, please speak. It is actually a really interactive class, so everyone can learn it from your questions. Okay, so this was actually only the variable declaration. If you are not speaking it, I will not get to know what actually is our issue you are raising it. Abdul, you are raising the hand. Please let me know what is your question. No, sir. Okay.
Yeah, my question is, this might be, I don't know if it's a silly question or not, but when you're writing that line, what's your name? The question mark. But if, say, for example, the question mark was closer to the E, does that make a difference?
No, it doesn't make any difference. It's just actually a string. Any number of
Right.
spaces you can put it. That doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
this
that's
one
fine.
actually is my print statement. Okay. Print statement. Okay. So this is my printing statement. I was just talking about it. In the Python 2 versions, we used to write it string like this. I told you I cannot run it because I'm running it in the Python 3. So I cannot run this statement into my notebook right now. Okay. So it is okay. Let it be that way. What I wanted to show you something. I wanted to show you in such a way later version what exactly happened. in the later version of the Python 3. Okay, Python 3 versions, what exactly we did, it changed actually. What the things actually changed. Before Python, I will write it here, before Python 3.6, or you can say 3.6. Okay, not, you can just say general, just give me a minute. In the Python 3, by default print statement requires a double quotes, actually, like not double quotes, open bracket and close bracket required. This is the first requirement in the print statement. And the second requirement, suppose you wanted to type it like any string, you can just type it like my name is ABCD. Okay, this is not the issue. This was directly the fine. But suppose you wanted to declare it similar to same statement. I am just going to print it here, same statement. Okay, ABCD was there, so it requires a bracket first here. Second thing, it was actually changed this particular syntax. The syntax was here, was name here. So here they change it to this here. They will actually say point format. It percentage was changed with the double quotes bracket with the curly braces, and this was changed with this kind of format. The format function came in the Python 3. In that, you actually have to pass the variable, and that variable can be actually share it just like this brackets. Okay, let me just show you this language here. Okay, so you can just see this syntax works. My name is ABCD. Okay, this you can write it this syntax actually as a 0 also. Okay, this is also fine. Sometimes you will give there are multiple kinds of brackets, so we will actually give the numbering also. Okay, where numbering is used, I will just tell you. Age is 45. Okay, and I am just writing it the age variable and name variable. So if you do not write it, the number, it will take it just like with the sequence. The very first bracket would be according to the first variable. Second bracket would be according to the second variable. Okay, so my name is this, and my age is this. Okay, so the very first variable would be taken actually here, and the second variable will be taken actually here. Okay, this is the one way of writing it. Second way of writing it, people used to write the number. This is the first one, this is the second one. Both are actually generating the same thing. So it is not necessary you need to write the 0 or 1. Okay. In the book syntax, they were actually writing the 0 and 1. So I am just trying to tell you. But why the 0 and 1 was introduced in the language? Because suppose by mistake, any of you changed it age here and name here. Okay. Suppose by mistake you did it anything here. So then what you should do it here? You can just see, if I will write this way, my age went here. My name is 45 and my age is here. So what exactly happened? I need to tell my age argument is the first argument should come here. And the second argument, which was name argument, should come over here. This was the reason this bracket was actually assigned actually as a indices. So right now, by mistake, if you rearrange the multiple variable in such a way, you can just put the indexing over here. Okay. In the Python or any languages, indexing starts from the 0. So first variable would be 0, second variable would be 1. So the 0 would be here and 1 would be here. That's what actually the syntax. Okay. This print statement syntax was actually according to the Python 3. But what exactly happened in the Python 3.6? Later, okay, this is actually the again comment. I will just say Python 3.6 or higher. Python printing changed to F strings. Okay. This is actually happens to F string. What exactly happens? Same thing. You can just check here. You do not need to use the format function. You just remove this and type F before print. This makes it for F string, and you do not need to type it over here 1 or 0. You can directly type the variable name. This is what actually changed after Python 3.6 or higher. Okay, you can use this syntax, and most of the codes I am using it, I will be using the F string. Okay, I just need to put F before the double quotes or single quotes. So if you will be thinking F string will work only in the double quotes, not necessary. You can work with the anything. Okay, I am putting it with the single quotes and with the double quotes. Both things are actually the same. Okay. So this is actually the second part, which is very important. We will be actually working on the multiple codes. So please understand it. What is actually f string? General Python syntax are this Python 3 syntax. Okay, which will be using the dot format function. But later after Python 3.6, this is actually the version you will see in the most of the codes, people are using it, this kind of versions, okay, where they are writing it f before the double quotes or single quotes, and variables are directly assigned directly in the curly braces. This is a very important because the more functions we will be writing it, more code we will be writing it, we will be using it. This was just actually simple saying it. So what exactly happened? We were talking about the previous revision, what we were doing it. So I just actually showed you the revision by declaring the comment. Okay, commenting was my first topic, done. Second topic was declaring the variable. This was actually also done. Okay. I defined the number, decimal point, string, escape sequence. Everything is done here. Okay. This was the second topic, done. Now third topic was my print statement, printing string in the Python. Okay. This was my third topic, which was actually also done. Now I was going through the fourth topic. If you just see this here in the previous times, I just wrote this. This is actually the one which I read it from the book, but it is not given to you anywhere else. Okay, and not in the slides. This was actually the fourth rule. What was the fourth rule here? Naming the variable names, how you will write it. There is actually certain rules for that. Okay, what are the rules? You need to remember those rules. It would be easy for your life. Okay, these are the rules, naming conventions of the variables. Okay, please, this is actually the naming convention of the variables, and variable names or identifier names are actually having these three rules. Okay, wait a minute. It should be here. I'm not sure why it is not showing. It is called something called what you call it, markdown document. Why it is not doing it? Wait a minute. There are some syntax when you actually work on the markdown document. Markdown. What I was just doing it. I was just doing it. Bullets list. Okay. There is actually the cheat sheet for that, how to generate it. So I'm just looking at it. Not this bullets. String space. I was just doing the same. 1 minute. So these are the rules for your naming variable. What are the rules? First character should be a letter or alphabet, or lower or upper, it doesn't matter, or a Unicode character or underscore. Okay. So means what exactly we are going to write it? We are going to write these variables. Means my name is equal to this. My name variable is correct. It is can start with the any letter, small character, upper character, it doesn't matter. Okay. And like all are actually valid names. Even it can start with the underscore. Everything is fine. So these all are valid names. It can consist any digit, but later, but starting should be alphabet or underscore. It can be small alphabet or capital alphabet. Okay. So these are all valid names. But if I will just, someone will ask, actually, there are questions actually online, naming variable in Python, what do you call it? Multiple choice. Okay, there are multiple questions online for naming variable. Okay, is Python is a case sensitive while dealing the identifier? Anyone tell me the answer? Python is case sensitive while dealing with the identifier. Identifier is means variable name. Do not raise the hand. Please tell me your answer.
No.
No. Yes. Actually, Python is case sensitive. Means you can just see in my code right now. I was writing it my name, or you can type it like capital my name. Okay. Capital my name, small capital, small name. All the variable are different. It means it's a case sensitive. Every variable can
Right.
be identified actually as different. Okay, it is not same. So this is what actually is the first question, case sensitivity. Second question, what is the maximum possible length of the identifier? Any length is given to us. They actually have given over here. When we were talking about it, they were not actually giving it. So I think so it is 32 or something. I am not sure. Name. What is the meaning of there? That you can actually write it very big name, variable name, it doesn't matter. Okay, you can write it very big name, variable name. Okay, there is no limitations actually given to by the Python. Okay, still it's a valid variable name. Okay, what is this? My name is this, anywhere here. Okay, there is no limitation given by the Python. Okay, you can actually have a very big maximum possible length for the identifier. Which of the following is invalid? Can anyone identify? I will be very happy. Can anyone can identify which is invalid here?
None of the mentioned.
Yes, underscore is allowed. Okay, so means underscore A is allowed, underscore A is allowed. This is actually also allowed. So everything is allowed here. Okay, yeah. So this is actually perfectly fine. So this is actually the simple questions which was not covered in the slides, but you should know these rules. Okay, naming convention. So I think so naming convention was done. This was actually is the topic which I will be covering today. So going back beyond this, wait a minute. I was just before doing that, I was telling you the number system, guys. Okay, this was my fifth topic, if I'm covering it correctly. So my fifth topic was this number system. In this number system, these are the number system. What was the number system? First was decimal. This was second one was binary. Okay, and third was octal. Okay, and fourth was hexadecimal. But okay. So what exactly happened? Why I was doing that? Because you will be actually having this file. So you remember these are the digits. Okay, these are just actually the examples. Okay, this is actually the examples. This is actually examples, not this way. Example would be 76. Okay, this is actually you can write it anything between the 557 or something like that. Okay, so here this is actually you can write it. Always remember hexadecimal would be represented with a 0x. 0x is the way of representing any hexadecimal value. Okay, after that you can write it ABB, AAB, something like that. Okay, but I'm just telling you 0x101 also is actually hexadecimal number. So how do we able to represent it some value which is actually very big, means 128 value. I wanted to represent it actually as a decimal. Or decimal value by default, you know this number. Okay, in the decimal, you wanted to convert it actually as a binary. What would be the binary for this? These many zeros. By octal value would be 200 for 120, and hexadecimal value would be 80 for the things. But there was simple conversion which actually I will just tell you for your knowledge sake. Okay, if you actually have this way, so this, how do you convert from hexadecimal to what do you call it, this number system one I was trying to tell you. With the print statement, which you are seeing it with the F string, you can convert directly in the binary and directly in the octal format. Okay, but the problem comes when you are actually going to print that value into the hexadecimal format. Hexadecimal directly print statement doesn't allow us. So we need to use the hex function, which will take our decimal value and convert into the hexadecimal value. Okay. So these three number systems are correlated, but still I will actually ask you to learn it. Okay, number systems in what you call it, digital design, actually digital system design. Actually, anyone actually has a question after the class, not today, maybe tomorrow, please ask, because it will actually talk about the all the number systems in the electronics. Okay, these are the four number system, how the conversion actually happens, how they were doing it, dealing with it, everything is here. And they are trying to convert each number into binary number, octal number, hexadecimal number. And there are many more ways how to convert decimal to binary, octal to binary, hexadecimal to binary, decimal. There are many internal maths about it. So you need to learn it. So I'm sharing you this logic here. By the printf statement, I can generate everything, but still everyone should know how to convert it. Sometimes if you get it 1AF value, what is a decimal value for that particular value, 1AF? Okay, how we will be able to convert that? So for that, we will be maybe writing the code also, you will understand it. Okay, in the future, I will just give you that particular actually as a first assignment once we know all the operators. Okay. And right now you just go through it and study it. Later we will actually solve it in the class. Okay, we will solve in the class actually as a our assignment. Okay, so this is actually just for the number system. In the computer science or in the computer, values are always saved in the binary. Okay, binary values. So I told you how the decimal number system can be represented into any three other number systems. Okay, binary, octal, hexadecimal. Okay, same value can be represented into this way. What exactly happened today? When we were talking about this, there are few things which we need to learn it today. Just going through the slides. Okay, this was actually the previous revision. What exactly happened? Now going to the slide mine. This variable name was actually already covered. This is what we are going to cover today. What are the operators? Operators means we learn it right now how to define the variable. But with the variable declaration, what we need to do it? You need to doing some mathematical computation. You will be doing some calculations or something. But for doing that, you need to know some operators. Operators means like mathematical operation requires plus, minus, multiply, division, remainder, quotient, exponential. These are the functions which we are going to learn it. Okay, these are general operators. There are many operators. What are the operators? Operators are used to perform operations on the value or variable in the Python. These are the standard symbols. Symbols means plus symbol. You know what is a plus symbol? This is actually called the plus symbol. This is minus symbol. This is actually multiply symbol. This is division symbol. This is exponential symbol. So I will cover it those. Okay. These are the standard symbol used for purpose of logic and arithmetical operations. The value of operator operates is called the operands. Means I was just doing it 2 plus 3. Okay. So these 2 and 4 are called the operands and plus is called the plus symbol. What is this called? Operands. This is called 2 and 4 are operands here. Okay. And this is actually operator is called this one actually called the plus symbol. Okay. These are operands. This is actually operator. Okay. This plus symbols. So what we are going to do it right now, we are going to learn many different operators, which is actually given in the Python. These are the operators which we will be covering in the class. These are the 7 kinds of operators. Okay. We will be covering in the class. So I'm just typing it directly here. So one by one, we will be covering that. Okay. These are the, what you call it, operators. Okay. These are the operators which we will be covering in the class. But what are these operators? If you just write it here. Yes. Close this. I don't need it. Okay. Asterisk. This is actually just a different language, markdown language, where people actually write it, the markdown language, to give it actually readme file in the Python Jupyter notebook. So I wrote it here. You can just see this. What is the problem? Should be giving me the new line. Bullets actually. Done. Okay. Logical is not working. Operators. Let me just see. Okay. Comparison operator is spelling is not coming. I don't know what is the issue. Operators. Any symbol is there? Yeah, some symbol issue is there. I just copy pasted the content, so that would be the funda. You can see comparison was not coming. Let me just do that. Let it be. Okay. So what exactly happened in this? The very first one we were covering called arithmetical operators. Okay. So what are the arithmetical operators? There are multiple arithmetical operators in the markdown. Okay. What are the mathematical operators? Right now, I am just going to do one by one, which is called first called plus symbol. Okay. How do you do the plus symbol? You declare two variables. What are the two variables? I will just declare before operating this. I just declare this two variable called number one. Okay. A variable called number one, which is I can say a small value. Okay. 12. And there is another one, you can call it A and this is called B. B value is something called 38, 37. Okay. So these are the two variable you declared it. I am just going to tell you result. What would be the my summation? Result would be A plus B. I try to addition both the value. This is called plus means addition the two number. Okay. This is my code right now. I assign the variable and writing the result. I am just printing my result. What is my result value? Okay. You can write it here f string. The sum of variable A and B is this particular result. Okay. So you can see I was just using the f string to give me my result right now, whatever I just did it. You can just see right now. So this is my syntax and this is my, you can say one code where I was just declaring two variable and just using the plus symbol. This is actually one operator. What is the operator called? Plus symbol right now. I used plus one. So this is my first code. Okay. Now going to the second code, what I was just wanted to use it. This is, you can say plus symbol. Okay. Now I'm going to do the subtract symbol. What you call it? Subtract. Subtraction. Okay. Subtraction of two value, which will be symbol with the call it minus. Okay. A minus B. So I will just do that B minus A because A is quite big. Otherwise, I will get it by default negative value. B minus A, B is 37. If you subtract this, you will get it 25. So you can say subtract of B minus A is result. Okay. You can see subtraction of B minus A is by default what? You can just see this is your result 25. Okay. This is the another symbol called, what symbol you learned? It's minus symbol. I'm going to the third symbol right now. Any question in this? You can just ask me if you are having any question. Right now we are learning it all arithmetical symbols. Okay. These are the symbols I learned it right now, plus and minus. These are just actually the code for them. I wrote it. Any question? No question right now. I'm going to third symbol, which is called the multiplication. Okay. Multiplication. Okay. Multiplication, and which would be with the mult symbol, which is nothing but actually your asterisk symbol is used over here. This would be subtract symbol. This would be by default plus symbol. Okay. So I think so. You can just check it out. It would be A minus A multiplied by B or B multiplied by A. Both actually answer is the same. So you can just see this here. My answer is 444. Okay. That is the multiplication of 37 to 12. Okay. When you do that, you will just check next. This is I am writing it subtract. No, I will just say multiplication of. Okay. AB multiplied by that. That is not the issue. Same thing. Okay. So this is your answer right now. Okay. Now the fourth symbol is division. Okay. Copy, paste, division of two number. Why the divide, and that is a symbol called this slash. Okay. A divided by B, I will just say B divided by A because B is greater than the small a. B is 37, so I am just dividing 37 by 12. Okay. So 37 by 2, so you can say division of B divided B by A is this. So B by A, you can just see what exactly happened. It will tell you the value actually as this value. Okay. Actually, this value is called the by default decimal value. Okay. Suppose you wanted to represent just only the result with the only 3 decimal point, right? Only 3 decimal point. I told you when I was telling you the printing statement here. Okay. This printing statement are actually used, this printing statement with this particular bracket are used to do the formatting of the string for the decimal point with very easy way. What are the way? You can just learn it here. Suppose you actually have a item which is called, I will just say mango. Okay. And what is the price of mango? I will just say price of mango is 12 point is this particular value. Okay. This is my value of the price. And you wanted to print the statement. I will just say the item. What is the item name? I will just say item name is cost at price. What is the price value? I will just write it here this way. I will not use it directly this. I will just use this way and this and dot format item comma price. Okay. So you can just see right now, this is actually just a general way. What is the problem here? Wait a minute. Okay. You can just see this here. The item mango is cost actually at this price. But I wanted to represent this particular value with 2 decimal point. Means I wanted to show the result actually as 12.34 only, not more than that. So how can we do that? Here, where I know this is actually the price, I need to put colon and I need to say, I just wanted 2 decimal places. When you write it 2.2, and it will just do it the my purpose, I think. So 0.2 F is not required. Yeah. When you do not write F here, it will show the decimal point into the e to the power things. So e to the power means 12.34 can be represented actually in the 1.2 multiply by 10 to the power minus 10 to the power 1. Okay. 10 to the power 1. You can write it in the general understanding. Okay. 10 to the power 1. So when you do not write F, it will present the value actually as this way 1.2 e to the power 01. This 10 will be written actually as a e to the power. Okay. When you do not specify F here. So you can just see this value would be represented like this here, e to the power. But if you write it F here, F, then it will give you the result actually as 12.34. Okay. So this 0.2 will tell, I want this floating point value. Floating point means decimal point value. In the decimal, I want it only 2 digit. That is what it is telling us. In the decimal dot means decimal, I am just looking only for 2 digit. If you say in the decimal, I am looking for 3 digit, it will tell you 3 digit right now. You can just see. If you will say, I want it 7 digit, even there are only 6 digit, what exactly happen? It will try to put up 0 extra here. Okay. So it is according to this value. Even if you put it here 7, it doesn't matter. It will be just showing it into the e to the power. It didn't show directly. It is showing it maximum what is actually available. But when you type it F, it will be putting more 0. Like I will just say I want to 10 digits in the decimal point. Okay. So what exactly happened? You actually have a result only with the only 3 digits. Okay. Let me just do it 4 digit. And you can just see this is you are putting it 0.10, but you do not actually have the digit. So it will not show you. Okay. But when you write it F over here, it will put at more zeros in front of that in that same result. Okay. So this is what actually is a mostly Python 3 printing statements are actually having the many more things understanding and easy for us for displacement. Okay, displacement. The same answers can be done with the F string. This is the F string part. I could have actually done it directly putting F here, and I would not be doing this here. I could be directly writing it price. I don't need this. I don't need this. I just need the item here, item here. You got it? Same thing with the F string right now. You can just see this. Same thing can be written actually as a F string, which would be quite shorter than this, because here you need to write it explicitly, dot format and things. Here you do not need to write anything. Okay, just only the format of printing. So I was trying to tell you what exactly why I switched it over here. For the result, sometimes decimal points are there. How I will be using this particular point statement to display the only certain number of decimal data point. Okay, I was just here in the division. When I was getting this result into this decimal places, I wanted only 3 decimal places. Okay, so my result would be right now only the 3 decimal places here. Okay, you can just see right now. Okay, any question here, please ask me if you actually has. Otherwise I will switch to next topic here. Yes, Bhushan, please tell me. Bhushan, please, in place of typing, please actually speak. I actually have given the okay. I will just give you the speaking permit. I gave it. Now ask.
Hi Sanjay.
Hi.
Audible.
Yeah, you are audible. Tell me.
I just wanted to know why we are using this F letter here.
F
What
letter is actually conveying the Python interpreter. I wanted to print the decimal point till 3 decimal point only. Sometimes result is too vague. If you do not use this, what result you are getting it in the division till this much, this many decimal points, right?
Yeah, this F is stands for float, right? I'm asking
No,
about the
yes, okay.
the F we typed at the beginning of the code. I mean, after the print.
This
F, yeah.
This actually I explained it over here when I was explaining the print statement. In the print statement in the Python, before Python 3.6, this was a statement I used to use it, dot format functions. Okay, but later after 3.6, people actually wanted to make individual coder life easy. Writing this every time dot format and this much big jargon doesn't make sense. So they made your life easy by using the F string. Put F before the double quotes, and directly variable would be directly passed it into the this particular curly braces. Okay, that will tell you this strings you are directly printing it actually as a F string.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
That was a fundamental actually syntax. So I was telling you, I was also not writing it directly dot format. I am directly passing it all the variable which I wanted to print it in the curly braces, and F I am just putting it before that. If you do not put it before F this, it will just actually see what exactly happened. It will not print any value, because it is not, it is just thinking it's just actually the constant value in the string, not the variable. It is not taking the variable. If you put it F only, then it will take the actually those constant actually as a variable.
Okay, got it. Got it. Thank
Got
you.
it. Okay. So right now we covered it, all the four symbols in the arithmetical operations. Now there is another symbol called percentage. What is this called? This is called the modulus operator. What do you call it? Modulus operator to give remainder two number division. We will get it by default remainder. Okay, so how we will get the remainder? This operator is called percentage here. So if you are just giving it b by a, so 12 36 12 3s are 36, you already know. So what would be the remainder? Remainder would be 1 only. So you can just see this here. What would be your remainder value? Is 1. Okay, so modulus operator always give you the remainder. Suppose you are giving it very big numbers. Okay, I was just saying it 255 percentage 5 value. So what would be my remainder value? You can just see 3 is a remainder. If you just say some prime value 17, then what is my remainder value? It is perfectly divisible by 17. Okay, let me just change it this. Then my remainder is 40. So you can just understand it will give you the remainder value. This operator is called modulus operator, which will be used for the getting the remainder of actually remainder symbol. Okay, so this is actually the fifth operator. Now we will get to exponential. Okay, double asterisk. What is this is called? Exponential of the two values. Exponential. Like suppose you wanted to do it b to the power a. Okay, means what exactly you are trying to do it? Power of b to the power a. So it will be given by this operator. What is this symbol called? Exponential symbol is called this. This is actually the symbol for doing the exponential in the Python, double asterisk. So what exactly happened? B to the power a. 37 to the power 12 would be, this is actually, this would be the power. Exponential of this is the b to the power of exponential is this, because b value is quite big. That is the reason. Let me just do that here. I will make the a actually as 2 and this actually as 8. 8 to the power 3 already we know. 8 to the power 3 is actually 256 or something. 64 into 8 again is like 2, I think so it's 512 or something. 8 to the power 3 is 512. I will just go there and just check it out. It's 512. Okay, you can just check. So this is actually exponential value. So sometimes you people can use this also. There is another variable which I will tell you in the later. That is a function actually. In the Python, there are inbuilt mathematical functions are also there in the language. We will use it, but this is actually the operators. So this is your 6 operator. There is something or one more operator called this, I think so. Okay, this operator. This is called actually as a quotient operator. Right now you were actually checking when I was telling you the getting the binary value of okay, quotient value would be represented by this particular variable, and the variable was this, right? Yes, I think so. This variable or this variable. I'm not sure with this variable or this variable. Just checking with this. Okay, really do not remember that. So what exactly happened? We are going to use that quotient. What is this means? You are going to get it. Suppose I will just tell you. Suppose your value is 7. You want to divide it by the 2. So how many times it would be divided? 3 times, right? 2 3s are 6. So 3 should be the quotient value and 1 would be the remainder. Okay. So let's just see what exactly you are getting it. You are getting it 3, right? And how, if I wanted to compute the remainder, what I will be using it? I was using it this operator. It will give you the remainder. If I want to divide it, I will directly divide it by this operator. Okay, you can just see, understand it all operator. So this will give you the quotient operator. Okay, so this is actually the one here, quotient operator. You can just see, I will be just getting it, quotient value of 2 divided by this. Okay. So you can just see this is actually your answer. You are dividing it by 8 by 3. Okay. So these are the 7 operators which we will be, someone chatted actually. That means the result will be printed in the integer value. Result will be printed what actually would be computed. If the, like when you are dividing it 8 by 3, the result would be by default a decimal value. So it will be printing the decimal value. If your results is actually integer value, then it will be printed actually as an integer value. Okay. It is nothing like it will be printed actually as an integer or quotient. It doesn't matter. You can print explicitly all the result actually as a decimal values. What is the difference between the slash and the double slash? I told you when you are, suppose you are doing the division, okay, 2 divided, okay, like 15 divided by 50. Okay, I am just doing this is a divisor. Okay, and this is the dividend. Okay, 50 value is a dividend and this is a divisor. So what exactly happen here when you are trying to divide it? What exactly happen? You will write it 15 3s are 45 here, and what you get it actually as a remainder, you will get it this value actually as a 5. So this 5 is called the remainder. Okay, and the times it was divided, 3 times was actually done. This is called the quotient. Okay, so this value will be represented by this particular operators // This value will be written by the percentage operator here. Okay, modulus operator, and the normal decimal value can be given directly, like 15 divided by the 50 would be it. This will be giving you directly the result. Okay, this particular value which is here, this operator will give you directly the division. So if I will just say 50 by 30, if you just say 50 by 15, what would be the value? You are getting it 3.333. That is actually your divisor. So when you try to divide the any value which is not perfectly dividing the value, then you will getting the decimal point value. Okay, but the remainder and the quotient, it will be always integer value. Okay, but the divisor cannot be the answer cannot be in the dividing. You will not get it always the decimal point value. That is what is actually the answer for you. Okay, so these are actually the 7 operators which will be actually we will be learning in the arithmetical operators. Okay, there is another operators called assignment operators. What is assignment operators? You actually understand it already while we were doing it. This is A equal to 3, B equal to this. Equal is nothing but actually called the assignment operator. Equal means assigning this particular variable the value. Like name is equal to someone, I will just say Ted. Okay, so this is actually is the assignment operator which is saying assigning this string to the variable. Okay, so this is actually called assignment operator. Now I will go to this here, arithmetical operators. Just see the slides, what exactly I already shown you the example, but go through the slides also. Okay, these are the operators which we actually have already covered: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponential, floor division. Floor division is, I was talking about it, actually called the quotient operator. Additions, they are just doing the summation and printing the result. Subtraction, they are just doing the 5 minus 4, 1. Okay, minus is actually the operator here. Asterisk, multiplication between these two values. Division, I told you 50 divided by 5 is 10 value, so it is 10.0. It will always give you the decimal point values. Modulus will give you the remainder. When you divide 200 by 100, you will get it 0 actually as a remainder, giving the 0. Exponential, it is just actually the to the power 10 to the power 2 is actually 100. Okay, it's just like a square. 2 to the 2 squares is 4, 8 square is 64, like that. So they were just doing it right now. 2 to the power of 10, 2 to the power of 10, 2 to the power of 10 is 1024 actually by default direct value. How do I know? Because I know I work actually with the binary values, right? So I know this 2 to the power 10 is actually the 1024 directly. Floor division is called the how many times it was able to divide it. 100 divided by 20, it would be dividing the value with the 5 time quotient value. This is what actually I was saying it, quotient of floor division. Okay, so what I was writing it here in my answers, I wrote it, this one actually is quotient, or it can be called actually as floor division. Okay, that is what actually they wrote it here. So whatever I already taught it in the class, the notebook, it is just saying the same thing in these slides. Okay, there are operators called the logical operators. Wait a minute, will you share the slides with us? Bhushan, I will share you everything, what file I am writing it with the slide also in the after the class. Okay, Is that okay? If you want it right now, but actually I'm modifying the file. That doesn't make sense if I will just send it to you. Again, it will be modified, right? So third topic is called here, called logical operators. What are the logical operators? And, or not. These are the logical operators. We will be studying it today. Okay. What are these operators and how it will be used? That we will check it out more. So this is actually, I will just say, okay, this was we were just arithmetic, sorry. Arithmetical operators. I was writing it correctly. Just give me 1 minute. ARI, sorry. Okay, yeah. So what exactly I have, what I was just doing it. Why? Because I was trying to give you the more examples. Assignment operators, what was the assignment operator after that? If you just check, this is called the assignment operators. Okay. Like what are the example for this? A equal to this, the same thing which they were just doing it here. It is called the assignment operator example for you. Okay. This is just actually the example for assignment operator. Now we are just going to write it another example, and that example is called the logical operators. Okay. Logical operators would be, which would be what exactly? It would be and, or not. So what exactly happened in this case? Just read the first slide, then you will understand it. Then I will just go with the example of the code. Logical operators in the Python are used to perform logical operation on the value or the variables. And the value is either true or false. You can either figure out condition by result of the truth and false. There are many three types of AND, logical or logical nots. So what exactly happened? I do not want to go through the slides. I will just show you this here. Suppose I have a variable called X, which is actually having the value 6. Any problem with this? I don't think so. Now I am writing my some statement which saying it, if X is greater than 10, what it would be true or false?
False.
It would be false. Okay. So if you just run it here, you can just see the answer, right? If I will just say again, I will write it, X is greater less than 3. It would be also false, right?
Yeah.
So what exactly happened? They were just saying it. Sometimes in the Python, we used to write the multiple conditions statement. This is a kind of condition. Okay. We are just comparing the variable with the some number. So if I will write it, if X is greater than 3 and X is less than 10. Can you tell me, this is actually true, right? X is greater than 3 is true, right? True.
Yeah.
X is less than 10 is actually true right now. Both are true. When I will just do the AND, there are some some binary conditions which we need to remember. I am just talking about it here right now. This is called the AND table. Okay, AND table. What exactly happened? AND statement. We used to say both statement should be true, only then result would be true, right? Both statement. What is a both statement? I just learned it. What exactly I meant it. I am just gonna do it. If X is greater than 3 and X, this is actually true right now, and this is also true. Okay. Both statements are true. Only then what exactly happen? Your result would be, tell me what would be the result in this case? X is greater than 3. X is 6. So this is actually greater than 3, true. This X is less than 10. This is also true. Then your result would be true. Okay. But any one statement is incorrect. Like I will just say x is greater than 7. Okay. So this is actually false. This is true, right? So your result would be, this is false. I will just say x is greater than 10 also. Both false. Then this is also false. And then actually I will say x is greater than 3 and x is, what you call it? X is less than 5. Okay. Then it is also false. So what I meant to trying to say, both the statement should be true. Only then your result would be true. Okay. Do you get this point or no?
Yes.
You got it. The similar kind of another statement is there. Wait a minute, someone says yes. Okay, Bhushan, good. Similar kind of statement is called the OR statement. In this, either of one statement should be true, the result would be true. Only either of one. It doesn't matter which one, either of one. Okay, so same conditions I am applying it. The very first one. Okay, so what exactly happened? What I wanted to do it, I do not want to do it multiple times. Okay, only this is actually the statement which was true. Both the statement was true, so you got it true. Otherwise all the time it was false. Same thing I will just copy paste right now, because I do not want to do it multiple times. So what exactly happened in this case of OR statement? Either one statement is true, you will get it actually answer actually as true, otherwise false. Like this was statement, x is greater than 7 and x is greater than 10. In both the condition you were false. That is the result, your result was false. Otherwise everywhere it was true. Any problem in this?
No.
No.
Okay. Now I will just tell you another thing which is called the not statement. This is actually not statement. Not is actually something called, we used to call it in the general world called negate. Negate means opposite. Opposite of whatever you are just saying it, just do the opposite of it. Like all the statement is here. If I will write it, print, I will just ask you, x is greater than 3. What is your answer? Can you tell me what is x is greater than 3, your answer? Anyone in the class, can you tell me what is this answer? This is actually called true because your x is 6. Okay, x is 6. So this is actually true. But if you put the not operator before this, not logical statement beyond that, true becomes a false.
False. Yeah.
So this is actually the purpose of not statement. Whatever is a condition, print x is greater than x is less than x is greater than 7. Okay, or x is greater than 10. This is by default false. If you put it not before that, what exactly happen? It becomes true. Okay, this is the purpose of logical not statement. Okay, so whatever we actually have learned it till now, till so far, I just wanted to just show you. So you understand it. These are the three statements where I will be using this logical statement. In futures, we are going to learn it to code it if and else statement. There is something called conditional statements. In future, we will be learning it. Conditional statements where we will be using it if, else, or if, else if, else. Okay, in that cases we will be using more logical and or statement in the conditioning. Okay, that is the purpose. We were actually learning this logical statement right now. So I actually have covered 3 topics in the operator today. Okay, these 3 topics was also covered with the Sunday batch. Okay, let me just go back to our slide. So you can just see the slide. If any question, the returns end statement returns true if both the statements are true, like x is less than 5, x is less than 10. Okay, they did not define it x is supposed to. So x is less than 5, x is less than 10. So it is true. Both the time true, then it will return true. It returns true if either one of the statement is true. X is less than 5 and x is less than 4, or anything is actually true, it will return true. Not is will reverse the result, means reverse means negate the result actually always. Okay. So these are just actually the content which actually you did it. You already know what are the kind of data variables are there. I already told you here when I was talking about it, data variables. Okay. This is an integer, you can declare it. The same thing they were just showing it here. Number data are stored in the numeric data type. It is called immutable data type. Immutable means the data you cannot you cannot change the you can modify the variable actually at this was stored at the some memory location. You can store the new variable, but you cannot modify this variable directly. Okay, so this is what the immutable means. The same thing, strings are also immutable. I was trying to tell you in the earlier cases, in the other high level languages, I was able to access the, okay, let me just do that. This string you already seen it, I have declared it, right? I can print it name equal to directly like that. It will be printing this particular value. In the other languages, we will be actually able to access, like in this also, Python also able to access the string with the indices. All the indices, all the value string will be stored in the indices way. This is actually 0th index. This is 1 index. Like if I will just access this string with the 0 index, this will be returning me the A character. You can just see. Next will be B character. Next would be C character. Okay, it is how much? EX. Okay, so you can just do that here. One more. This is 4. This is 5. So you can understand it. Your string length is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But index start from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can access the string like that. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Till 4, till 5 is okay. But after that, if you go there, it will be end of the string. You cannot get anything. So when you print it over here 6, it will go out of the string and it will generate the error. String index out of the range means you crossed already the string length already. So you are trying to access some variable which is not there in the memory. So it is giving you this error. So what exactly happened? In the other languages, we were also able to access this kind of strings, okay, this kind with the indices. But there in the other languages, we were also able to modify individual character like this also. Okay, this way we will be able to modify in different languages. What language? C, C++, Java. These are the high level languages where we will be able to modify the string individual character. But in the Python, it is not, because string object doesn't assign, or you can just say what you call it. It's immutable. Okay, means string cannot be changed. Okay, you can change it in such a way. I will just tell you what is the meaning. If you wanted to change the string, you can reassign with the some other variable. Directly you can reassign the variable with the some other name. No issue with that. You can do that. But you cannot change internally, keeping everything and changing single character. That is what is the meaning of immutable. The same thing with the constant also. Like if you actually have a variable called age equal to 100 or 122, you cannot change single character too. You can again reassign the another value. That's the meaning over there. You can again assign the age variable with the other variable. Okay, other value. So this is what actually is the type in the data assignment is called numbers or strings are okay. This is what actually they were trying to say and communicate into the this particular slides. Okay. So you are assigning the variable. I already had shown you here. What is a Boolean? Okay. This is actually another type in the variable, which I did not declare it here. I will just tell you. It is called declaring a Boolean type, Boolean variable. What has actually happened? You will just say condition. What is the condition? You can say true. This is a Boolean variable. You can just print it condition. It will be true or false. So this is actually the variable which is actually saving it true or false. Okay. Condition is true. Flag is equal to false. Okay. This is the way we can declare the Boolean variable. Suppose a variable was here condition equal to 1. Can you tell it what would be the condition value for this 1? So there is a function call in the Python. Boolean function is there. Bool function is there to define the value actually as true or false. Okay. So what is means? Any integer value. Okay. So this is actually my content or my document. You can say any integer value is known as true except 0. Remember, except 0. Bool of, like I'm just printing it. Wait a minute, capital print bool of 0. Print bool of very big value. Print value bool of very negative value. Okay. Bool is a function which will return only false. Any integer value is known as actually true except 0. 0 is always false. Otherwise, even negative values are represented actually as a true value in the condition statements. Okay. So you understand it. There is another data type called Boolean. Even any variable can be converted actually, integer variable can be converted actually as a Boolean variable called true and false by calling the bool function on the value. Bool function, if you pass on the 0, you will get it false. Otherwise, for all the integer value, you will get it always true. Okay. This is what they were just trying to show it in this slide. There is a bool function which will be used to return or convert a value to Boolean value, true or false, with the standard input or testing values. Okay. Strings, you already have seen it. Strings can be actually accessed with the square bracket, which I already shown you. You can access each string with the indices. This is called the indices with the square bracket. 0, 1, 2, 3. You can access each character in the string. Okay. How many characters are there? There is in the string, there is actually another function call in the string call length function in the Python actually has few inbuilt function. Okay. Okay. Inbuilt functions just such as the very first one is called len function. What exactly it works? It works on string data. Okay. You got it? What exactly happened? Why it is not doing it? I'm not sure. It should be doing it. Not doing it. Wait a minute. Okay. It works on the len data. Like I will just say name is equal to Sanjay. What is the length for this? How many characters are there? 6, right? So print the length f string. Okay. The length of string. What is the string called? Name is, what you're calling it? You are calling the len function on the name variable. Okay. Any problem here? Can you just check what I called it? I called the len function and just printing it with the f string only. Okay. length of the string Sanjay is 6. Okay, and I told you you can also access it each integer by this. So I cannot write it directly the for loop, otherwise I will just tell you each variable can be printed. Actually, I will just say print each character can be printed with the indices on the square bracket. Okay. Okay, you can just see this here. I can access each character. Okay, you can just I do not want to write my name, so I will just do that UVWXYZ. Okay, it would be easy. Okay, you can be accessing directly any journal name and what is the length. And so I told you function of length, a built-in function. Okay, so they were just saying it. What exactly happened? You can also declare a string with a single character also. That is what also is called actually as a string. That is what they were just saying it in the data. Read it. Strings are the array of bytes representing the Unicode character. The Python does not actually have a character data type. A single character is simply as a string. What exactly happened? Why they were actually writing it? Python doesn't actually have any character data type. You guys just maybe Python is your first language. Okay. In the other high level languages like C, C++, or Java, they actually have a character data type, which means single character. Okay, single character, and they also have a string data type also, which they actually call it with the double quotes like A, B, C, D, something like that. But in Python has only one, what is called it string. Either you can write it with the single character or double character, everything is a string. Okay, this is a string, this is a string, this is a string. This is what actually they were trying to tell it over there. Everything is a string. Single character, if you define it like that, that is actually a string with the length of 1. Okay, that is actually even a single character is simply a string with the length of 1. A square bracket can be used to access element of the string, which I already did it, name 0, name 1, name 2. Okay, individual character of a string can be accessed by using the method of indexing. This is called method of indexing. You are trying to access the each character by the indexing. This is a 0 index, this is 1 index, this is 2 index, this is 3rd index, this is 4 index, this is 5th index. You can just check. Okay. This I do not want to tell you because this will be covered tomorrow. Okay. Other things will be covered tomorrow. So whatever actually is already done, which I actually already have covered. Now what I will do it, I will go open the book because I did not actually show you many things with the book. Okay. But if you actually have any question with this particular thing, I meant it with this my guide. Okay, this is my, you can say Python guide. Okay, or you can just say notes 1 right now. Okay, I will just share with you this first and then actually I will update it more. This is actually notes 1. Anywhere is the notes 1. Where is this? My file is. Wait a minute, guys. Save notebooks actually has notes 1. Why it is not showing me there? Career era is okay. Notes 1.this. So this one actually is shared with you. This is a notebook file. And someone was asking, sir, you want me to actually share me the slides? So this is actually the slides also for you. Okay. Now I will go to the book. Okay, not this one. I will just look at actually the online one because Python. So very first thing was actually the very first step. I told you any string can be presented with the print statement with the on the interpreter. We already have seen the interpreter. Okay, there is nothing new. editor and this kind of Jupyter Python and those things in the demo classes. I actually already have shown you how to use the PyCharm. When we will work on the assignment, that time I will tell you how to work and start with the PyCharm. So there is nothing new which you are leaving it. We will be starting the PyCharm again when I will just discuss the assignment. Okay. So what we are going to start it, we were going to start it, the very first thing is called our basics, okay, which we already have covered it. I am just going through the book. Comments, I already told you, single line comment, multi-line comments, okay. Constants are multiple numbers are there. I already declared it. Number can be integer or the decimal points, okay. It can be represented actually as 3.23 also with e to the power -4 also. E is just actually a notation of 10 to the power, okay. Strings, you actually have learned it, single quote, double quotes, triple quotes. Okay, triple quotes is just actually as a comments, people actually use it, or for multi-line string also declaration is can be done with the triple quotes. Means right now I was just trying to show you earlier in the when I was declaring the string, I'm just going up. This is the declaring of the string, okay? And I told you there was something called multi-line string, right? Yes, this one. When I was trying to tell you multi-line strings, you just actually have to use this particular character, right? But you can also declare the multi-line strings. I will just say paragraph. You can just use it directly triple quotes. You do not need to use this particular thing. By default, using the triple quotes, your Python language knows like you are writing it the multi-line statement, okay? So with the triple quotes also, you can use it the by default the multi-line string. Okay, I am just printing it the paragraph. Here you are printing the summary. Okay, so you can just see this is actually the multi-line statement. This is also multi-line. What is actually happened? Paragraph. Sorry, spelling is wrong. Both way actually you can do it also, okay. So you can just see this is actually the multiple line. It is actually declaring it actually as a multiple line, but this is actually everything is actually in the line continuation, okay. If you wanted to do that, you could have actually used it /n and then /n, then /n is actually new line character. After this it will be just generating the new line character. So you can just see right now it is actually generating a new line character and then / is telling the compiler like its line is still continued, okay. That way, so you can actually use the three quotes actually to declare the multi-line comments also, multiple line declaration also, including the comments. You got it this now? Strings are immutable. I already told you strings are immutable. In the other languages, it was not like that. We can access the individual strings character and modify it. Anyone actually has a question? Please ask.
Hi Sanjay.
Yes, Abdul, ask me.
Yeah, sorry, it's nothing to do with it. It's just the Python that I've done. I managed to install it, you know, the very first session when I was having trouble. I just want you to to check to make sure. Obviously, I got the right version, and I think it is the one that it should be installed.
You haven't have you installed it the versions first?
Yeah. I just wanted you to just check to make sure it is the one.
I will check it out after the class. Okay. This is done. Okay, fine. This is what actually string are immutable. I already told you, and I also told you it can be indexed. You can access the each character by the indexing with the square bracket 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till their length, till the length of the string. Okay. We also have learned it the print statement, what called the format functions. They were actually writing it over here. This one program you can just see. String format function is there where age is 20, name is Swaroop. The same way they were just doing it, passing the 0 or 1. If you do not pass it 0, 1, you can directly use it without the 0, 1 also. They were just doing it without 0, 1. This all things actually I already showed you. And what exactly happened? they were actually also using it, this kind of things, a dot format with the variable declaration here, and they were passing it. This was actually all complexing, doesn't make sense. But after Python 3.6, they have introduced the F strings, which was nothing but actually passing directly the variable. So they removed the dot format. It was quite easy. Programmer life becomes more easy after that. Okay. So this was just showing this particular syntax. So this is what something which I want you actually, you need to understand it. Let me just show that actually to you. There is something called this in the basic class. When you divide 1.0 by 3, what you get it, you will answer will get it 0.333, right? If you do not put it F, what would be the answer? Just see. Your answer is just still the 0.333. Okay. But the problem is when your value is something called this here, what you call it, 100 by 3. Okay. What exactly happened is still this is here. Wait a minute. More values. So when you actually have a more values which will be represented like something like very big values. So it will by default convert it into the e to the power. So what I wanted to say, when you do not actually use the F value, F keyword, then it will does this kind of presentation. If you use F here, it will just present the answer still 3 decimal point. Okay. This was one thing which actually I already have cleared it previously, but I'm just trying to go with the book example. So there was another representation. What exactly happened? This is comes actually in the one topic which I want you to actually read it actually. Please, after my class, please go through this particular topic called Python 3 string formatting. There are many big string formatting, and I also use those kind of notes when I will just actually need to do it more string formatting. Okay, in the Python 3. I used to follow one syntax. I'm just looking at it and just giving you the document. Not this one. I'm not sure. Earlier I used to use directly the codes, but currently I am feeling it like it was gone missing or people start unfollowing it. Okay. This one. Yes. It is actually too good. Please read it sometimes. Okay. I'm just keeping that particular link. Please read. Okay. This is for reading for you guys. Okay. This particular link is there. Please go through it and read it later. Okay. It is actually very good one. There is still F printing is there. I am not worried about that. Okay. So you understand it, what exactly happened when you read that particular document. It will tell you sometimes it actually happens. You actually have your name. Like I actually have my name called name is called, suppose my name is Kumar. Okay. Here, my surname. So I wanted to actually print my name here. Okay. This is fine. It will be directly printing it this way. But I wanted to print this name into the 11 character. So what exactly happened? It will be just printing my name with the starting with this 5 character, but not showing me the 11 character. If I will use this symbol, let me just show you. It is right formatted. Total 6 spaces would be there. If you do the this is called left formatted. Okay. left formatted, and this you will not change anything. So what exactly happened? My name, my father name, okay. I will just say Raghuveer, okay. Just trying to show you, so that's the reason I'm writing it. After that, I will just say comma or F name, right? Yes. And that I wanted to present it with the 20 character, okay. This is also with 20 character, 20, 20. So you understand it. What is this actually? This particular symbols called this greater than symbol do the right formatting, less than symbol will do the left formatting. You can just see. If you do not give the any formatting, it was directly printed 20 character like this first, and this is by default. So it means default is left hand formatting. This is actually what? Left hand formatting. Okay, this is called left hand formatting, and this is called a right hand formatting. Okay, you can see these are the spaces which was actually added. Only your name was only 5 character, but you are assigning 20 character for printing. So what exactly happened? There are 15 character spaces are actually assigned on the left side. After that variable was printed. The same thing with the Raghuveer. Okay, Raghuveer, if you just see after this, the Raghuveer is actually a total 5 and 4, 9 character. So total 11 character would be space here on the right side. But this space you cannot see it here, but it's still there is a space. Okay, so sometime after that you will say my age is I will just say 34, my dad age, okay, is around 74. Then I will just write it here. You will just say age in the how many digit you wanted to present it. This is a 2 digit already, so I will just say I wanted to represent it in the 5 digit. Okay, and with my dad age, okay, that I wanted to present it with the 5 digit. Okay, any problem in this? This is directly writing the 5. Okay, there is no point of D writing. It will directly, you will take it the 5 character to display. Okay, just see this here right now. I am printing it. So you can just see this is actually the 5 digit, and if you put the pipe war to differentiate it the each string, so you understand it how many characters was actually taken. Now you can just see this here. How many character was taken? You can just see the spaces here, especially. So I just actually given the 5 characters, so they actually have taken it 3 character in the space. So if you just put it the same bracket here, this is actually the right hand, this is the left hand. Okay, now you can just see. So this is actually in the last, I did not put the pipe, so you will understand it. Wait a minute, guys. Okay. So right now you can understand it. My already class is already gone, but still you can just see. These are the spaces I am telling the Python to print my age. This is actually the integer to 5 spaces. Okay. 5 means by default 5 character. So my digit actually only do 2 characters, right? So these are the 3 spaces. This is actually default is left hand format, right hand formatting. Sorry, default is right hand formatting. This was actually going for the left hand. This was going for the right hand. Okay. So you understand it. The string was actually default is string is default. Okay. But if you just see strings here, when you are saying it right, everything is actually right. If you are specifying it, everything is at left. It is everything is a left. There is another sometimes you wanted to print it actually everything actually as a center. So this is I think so center ways of formatting. I think so. Just checking if it is correct or I am wrong. Let me just check here. 1 minute or 1 minute, Abdul, just 1 minute. So you can see this is actually the curly symbol will be used for center based formatting. Okay. So when you wanted to print this particular variable out of 20, it would be in the center. So it is in the center formatting right now. This is in the center formatting. Even the numbers are in the center formatted. So this caret symbol is actually used for the center formatting. This is actually all the part is actually comes into this particular part, which I was actually teaching it before in the class call in this print string in the Python. It is everything is actually inside the print only, but I was just trying to tell you this is actually just the topic Python 3 string formatting. Please read this. It actually has everything which you wanted to know about the Python string formatting. Okay, but it would not be mostly covered into the class. But actually when you work on the real kind of assignment where I will just give you the string formatting, there are this is actually Python 2, this is Python 3. They were not talking about the Python F string, but this general things actually they are talking about it, which you can just go through it. Then later I will teach you more when I will go through the assignments. Okay. Any question in this, you can tell me. No question, guys. So I think so we will wind the class on to this because till this position, I was just actually did it for the other batches also. No question. Thank you, Bhushan. So I will just share you this particular file updated, which is whatever is actually I updated here. Okay. And then I will share Abdul. I will make you the host. You can actually need to, I will change you to the panelist so you can share me your screen. I change you to the panelist. Please join actually as a panelist. I will just share you the files first. Wait, guys. This is the updated files. This is the updated file. Please note it down, then it would be good for you.
Hello, Sanjay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You became a panelist? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone. You guys can leave. I will just make the Abdul actually as a panelist. Okay, thank you, everyone. Abdul, you can share me your screen.
Screen. Sure. Yeah, I've. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, that should be shared now, I think. Can you access my screen?
I'm just checking. Wait a minute. Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll just minimize all this. So this is the one Anaconda Navigator.
You have to open that.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that it's the right one, and also, another thing I wanted to ask you as well was just now as you were showing the website address one, it said Swaroop or something.
CH Swaroop is actually the author. CH Swaroop. A Byte of Python is a book name.
Okay. Okay. So,
You already actually have the downloaded the book in front of the desktop. I can see the book name.
okay. So I don't know why this is taking time to download. I mean, it's installed. It's just taking time to start.
It's a very high level versions of the app. It takes
Okay.
time according to the computer speed or something. So that's the reason.
Okay. Yeah, and like Sanjay, everything that we've done so far, I know it's like basic that you've touched on and you've gone through over things. So really, ideally, what I need to do is to just in my spare time is to play back the recordings and just listen to recording class sessions again and again till I understand properly.
But
Because
actually,
sometimes,
before going through my classes, I will actually really tell you. I also told you, please read the particular book and then go through the classes. You will understand it little bit more better because in the class, I cannot be reading the full file actually in that way. But I am covering all the practical examples. But when you
Okay.
read it now, people actually understand it little bit more, and then they will go through the code, then they will understand it more. Okay.
Right, I see.
I will tell you, because you are a beginner and you are not actually from the science background, right? So in that case, I was just trying to tell you. You are
Yeah.
not from the engineering background.
No. Yeah, you know the book. Are you able to, obviously, you have sent us the link, haven't you, for the book that we should be reading?
Hmm.
You know, the link that you put down now on the slides at the bottom, you said do this bit of reading, but which, hang on, it's doing something now. Something's
It is
come up.
opening. Yeah, it's actually happening. That book link is already in the notes file. When you open the Jupyter notes file, it is there in the book. That particular
Okay.
the